This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. What's going on? Today is Wednesday. It is January 25th. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. We're coming to you today from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, as we come to you every day from the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Hey, for everybody that's just getting with us, leading things off on radio on 1090 throughout Southern California, happy everybody's here. This is where you always expected to get us. We're here. We've been back on the air for 2+ years, and I still find people every day that say, hey, I heard you on the radio say this, and then other people say, hey, where did you guys go? So we're back on 1090. Those of you listening, you know that. Spread the word. For everybody that is on our YouTube channel right now, the Chatlin's getting involved. Here's one thing I think everybody should do to help the YouTube channel grow. Dude, click the share button and tweet it to all your friends. Email it to your pals, text it to your friends and go, yo, come on, get involved here. You know, Kaplan and Crew's on the air. I mean, everybody helps is really what I'm getting at. So make sure you're on our YouTube channel, audio podcasters, television viewers tonight, wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching. Happy to have you guys here today. Now, today, Wednesday, we've been talking about this for a couple of days. Me, Grande, and the Brown Man. Oh, and Jason Lawhead, all taking the journey north to LA to go see the Lakers play the Spurs, which a couple days ago was like, hey, that's not really a very good game. You know, Spurs aren't really very good. LeBron's probably not going to play because it's the second night of a back-to-back. Lakers got smoked last night by the Clippers. But all of a sudden, fellas, Anthony Davis, the news is returning to the lineup tonight. They've picked a nice soft spot for him. But not only do you have Anthony Davis, you got the new guy they just traded for from Washington. And by the way, got to just be honest here. Didn't know the guy was Japanese. Like, saw his name, thought that sounds like a Japanese guy. Brown, I didn't know there were a lot of brothers in Japan. I mean, I got to be honest with you.
Well, he was born on a military base there. So, yeah. Listen, when brothers are away, brothers will play, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but the brother got a name that sounds Japanese, you know?
Rui Hachimura.
Right. I'm just saying. I mean, you would think that, you know, that maybe dad was serving, you know, in the U.S. military and was over in Japan. But it sounds like, I don't know.
Ain't nothing wrong with the other way around, player. Listen, shout out to the ladies, 2 girls, do y'all thing. You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with that either, you know. Do you, sister? Do you, sister?
I'm feeling you, Brown.
You know. Oh, man, I almost had some, like, mad races as a joke, and I'm so glad my filter is on this early.
Well, dude,
wow.
Like, sometimes, like, if I go to a synagogue, right, and there is an African-American male or female in a synagogue, I'm telling you right now, if there's 250 people and there's one black person there, all the white people are like, oh, that's awesome. Like, there's a Jewish person who has dark skin. That's great. You know, but it's rare, you know, and it's just not that many brothers showing up at the synagogue on Friday night for Shabbat. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
How many can show up before you go, wait a minute, what's going on here? Because
That's a great question.
1 is inclusive, 3 is good, 5 is okay. Now they start forming their own Black Jewish community. When you get to 40 of them, you're like, whoa, wait a minute now. Let's talk about this.
That's when I'm going to show up, and all the brothers are going to be like, yo, who's the white guy? Who's the Jewish white guy in our group now? Who's this? You
exactly.
know?
We got to get our own.
All I'm saying is I really honestly, like, I saw that guy's name and I said, that sounds Japanese, but I see the player and he looks like a black guy to me. And then last night, I was actually at the Laker Clipper game and I got off the air up there early and I walked right across to Crypto and I walked down into like where their press conference was. Not that I have any interest in this stuff. I just was walking around like just kind of just sort of bumbling around like, hey, I'm here early. And there's this press conference and dude, the Japanese media was there to interview this kid and he was speaking in Japanese and they were, and I thought, you know what? That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Black Japanese guy. So he's a African Japanese, like, you know, say African American.
Mother's Japanese.
Mom's Japanese.
What about that? Africanese, baby. I think the rest kind of rules it out. I mean,
Wait,
if the mom's Japanese, I think the other one kind of speaks for itself.
yeah, but I mean, the name part of it. You know what I mean? It's interesting. You
Yeah,
know?
there's some
His mother is Japanese and his father is Beninese, which is in Western Africa.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
Very interesting.
Beninese, Vietnamese, Chinese, all the nieces.
All them knees them.
All of them. Put them together.
Yeah. So tonight we're taking the journey. We're taking the expedition. We're cruising up to LA for the game tonight. Now, again, Alex, you kind of said earlier in the week, like, oh, well, I want to have my own car because I want to be able to leave when I want to leave. And this is a game where, probably not going to be all that exciting and might want to leave at halftime, whatever the case may be.
Spurs will
now,
win.
wait, what?
Spurs will win.
Alex?
Oh, what?
I said, you wanted to leave at halftime. You said something. Browner said Spurs will win. I didn't hear what anybody said.
I just heard Spurs will win, but I'm not going to reply. Listen, I got 2 hours in a car with this guy. I don't need to reply to him right now.
Okay. All right.
He's gonna troll me for 2 hours, and Lawhead's gonna talk our ear off about LeBron for 2 hours. I think I'm not gonna respond to the Spurs are gonna win. Spurs are one of the worst teams in the NBA. They're awful. They're terrible. If they lose today, just burn it all up.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
They could lose today.
Yeah. Well, but all I'm saying is this: is that for a game that we picked on the schedule, because getting tickets to see the Lakers and the Spurs would be a whole lot easier than getting tickets to see the Lakers play the Clippers. When we got these tickets, okay, we all kind of joked like, garbage game, not really a big deal. Don't think LeBron will play, et cetera, et cetera. And now, with
LeBron may not play.
LeBron may not play?
I mean, back to back. They got pulled early, so maybe Ham was like, let's wave the white flag on this one. Let's save everybody for tomorrow.
Well, yeah. I mean, when they got it to within 10 points and you thought, okay, maybe there's something happening here. And then all of a sudden the Clippers yet again exploded, just dropping threes. Forget it. It was
the worst matchup. So everybody, can I just say one thing real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Clippers are not that good at the moment, but then it's the worst possible matchup for the Lakers every time. There's a reason they've lost like 13 in a row.
Hands down.
The Clippers are nothing but tall wing 3-point shooters, which is what the Lakers do not have. So without Anthony Davis, without Rui, without whoever else was Austin Reeves yesterday, whoever else didn't play yesterday, the Clippers are an awful matchup for the Lakers. If they get put into some sort of play-in with them, they're out. They ain't gonna win that game. It's not that the Clippers are a better team; they're a terrible matchup.
What do you think, Brown? Brown, getting the squinty eyes here.
I think the Clippers have a far more superior roster than the Lakers. The Lakers might.
I agree.
The Lakers
I was just
might
talking
have
about
the best.
like during this run that the Clippers have been on against the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers were the 1 seed 2 years ago. That's all I'm saying. It's like historically the Clippers haven't been a better team. They've just been a terrible matchup.
Yes,
that's all.
Yes. This current roster build though is they might have the best roster from 1 to 12 in the league. Just too many guys hurt.
One question. You're still on Russ? You're still a big Russ guy?
Well, I'm only a Russ guy to be counterculture. You know what I mean? Everybody else hated Russ. And so when I see Russ become a good teammate and accept his role, I'm giving Russ credit. He's all right.
When him and Schroeder were yelling at each other at the end of that game and LeBron's pouting on the end of the bench?
Yeah.
No. Correction. LeBron's pounding at the front of the bench. Next to the head coach, which to me, I've never seen a guy sit that far away from the teammates in the opposite direction. Like normally you get a guy sit at the end of the bench, he just doesn't want to be talked to. Or he'll sit down where the cameramen are and pretend like his back hurts. So he's stretching, so he needs more space. This guy blatantly sat right next to the head coach where it was on the camera, and so it can be seen. Wow.
Well, I didn't see it because I left at halftime because there was such a huge lead that the Clippers had at half. I was like, what do I need to stay here for? So I drove home last night because I was still trying to get to the Belly Up to see the Marshall Tucker band because I had a couple of my friends that went to the show last night. So I come pulling in, I'm listening to the rest of the game on the radio. I come pulling into the Belly Up. I walk in at like 9:55, right? I walk in, everybody's walking out. Show ended. The show, I was like, all right, I know it's Tuesday night and I know people want to get to bed early and they want to get to work tomorrow morning, but the show ended before 10 p.m. So I was trying to get home. I left at halftime. I drove dude, I'm telling you, I can make it from downtown LA to Cardiff, Solana Beach, Carmel Valley. I can make it an hour 35 to an hour 45 coming back, you know? And I got to the belly up. I walked in at 9:55. Everybody's walking out. And so my friend Phil Berkovitz, who's one of the owners, I walked in. Hey, Phil, see his wife, Noelle. Hey, Noelle, give her a big hug. They're like, okay, see you. We're leaving.
You're
what a FOMO guy you have.
I don't know
man.
how
What
you
a-
do
what
it,
a-
man.
What a
I don't know how
FOMO
you do it.
have.
I'm already tired tomorrow morning from what I'm doing tonight. And you're over here like, I'm gonna leave LA early to go to a concert and go to a bar on a Tuesday. Are you 21? Honestly, like I'm
Nah.
already dreading how tired I'm gonna be tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. because we're gonna get in late. I'm assuming.
Dude, what time do you think? Just take a stab here.
The game will tell me.
No, but what? Okay, let's just say hypothetically. Hypothetically,
The
it's a
game will
good
be
game.
very definitive.
Let's say it's a good game, and Anthony Davis is playing well, and the Lakers are winning, but it's a competitive game. And by the way, we're in this suite, and there's food, and there's beer. I mean, I don't know if it's your kind of beer. I mean, it might be light beer, but
no beer for me.
Okay, good man, You're driving, but I mean, I'm just saying, like,
but it's a 7:30 tip, which means like 7:40. That's already a late start. Like so.
So let's say the game. Let's say you leave LA.
So for Browner, this ain't nothing.
Correct. Correct.
Because you don't have to drive?
No, because he just goes to sleep late anyways.
Right. It's lifestyle for me.
Mark got back into town yesterday. Sunday night, Monday night, I was asleep at 9.
Yikes.
That's second quarter.
Like, wait, correct.
That's halftime.
You were asleep, or you were like laying in bed, like doing stuff? Were you like out at 9 o'clock?
Like I couldn't tell you what time I was officially asleep, but I know I was like 9 p.m. sounds about right.
Listen, Alex, I'll tell you this right now. Last night, I left downtown LA probably around 8 and change. I listened to the second half on the radio. I got to the belly up and, like I said, walked in at 9:55. Everybody was walking out. I said my hellos to my people. Shout out to all my people at the belly up, my bartender, Josh, okay, and everybody who's there. Jeff, the general manager, Gasper, who was managing, like my whole familia at the belly up last night. Then when everybody left, I stood there with my buddy Blair for probably 30 minutes just chatting, BSing. We hadn't caught up in a long time. I got home. I got into bed at about 11:15. You know what I did then?
Watch TV.
Watched White Lotus episode 3.
Yes. Episode 3, White Lotus. And then when I woke up this morning, it was like 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock. And I'm like, I'm ready to roll. Now, this gives me an opportunity to just tell everybody who's watching and listening, Alex, you asked a question. How am I doing it? I'm not 21. I'm 52. I'll be 53 next month. I will say this product right here, Athletic Greens, I don't take vitamins anymore. I don't pop pills. I don't take a multivitamin or a vitamin C or vitamin D or B12. I don't take any pills of any kind. 75 vitamins and nutrients right here in Athletic Greens, plus all the probiotics. And I drink this once a day, 1 bottle a day I drink. And dude, I went till 12:30 last night. Tonight, we're going to drive back up to LA, going to see that 7:30 game. Probably going to leave downtown LA at 9:30, be back in bed by 11:30 tomorrow morning, Athletic Greens. So
I don't know what it is about Sunday night to Thursday night that there's like a trigger, there's like an electrical malfunction in my brain because I will get 7 hours of sleep and I'll still wake up tired. Friday night, Saturday night, I'll get like 4 hours of sleep and I'll be good to go for the whole day. So I don't really know what's wired differently in my brain, knowing that it's a work day, a work night, school night. But I become 75 years old during the week, and then I become 25 years old on the weekends. Like I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I need to go to the doctor because there's genuinely like I get 7 hours. I don't need 8. I need 7 hours of sleep. That's what I get, right? And it's still like I'm freaking tired.
Are you still using Athletic Greens or are you not?
No.
Dude, go. I'm going to give you today. I'm going to bring this for you. I'm going to bring you a new package of Athletic Greens. If you go to our landing page, it's athleticgreens.com/Kaplan. You buy this product, you get the 5 free travel packs and you get the 1-year supply of vitamin D. It's all for free, but you have to use our landing page. So it's athleticgreens.com/Kaplan. Okay. And here it is. And so Alex is putting it up on the screen for everybody that's watching on TV, everybody that's watching on YouTube. You guys think I'm full of it, dude? You guys think, oh, really? Is he using this? Bro, I'm telling you right now, I got home. You heard the day. You heard the day yesterday. Okay. This is what's doing it right here.
Yeah. I do want to say though, I sound like a sourpuss, but I am very much excited for tonight. I'm very much excited to roll with Browner and Lawhead. I'm very excited. I'll be a team player. We want to stay to the end. We stay to the end. We want to go get a Pink's hot dog at the end. I'm down. You know, we want to do the whole. We want to get some tacos on the street corner somewhere. I'm down. You know what sounds even better than all that? The street hot dogs on the corner of Figueroa and Flower. Is it Flower? Them hot dogs are dank as hell.
I mean, I can just tell you this.
I don't know if I'll make it all the way home after one of those, but
I got the perfect place for you to stop. It's the Sheraton at the John Wayne Airport, and you can park for free for 30 minutes. So if you get out in like 27, 28 minutes, you clean out the bowels and you'll be fine to get home the rest of the way.
You know,
actually, there's another spot I use now too. There's a Marriott property that I use right off Ortega Highway in San Juan Capistrano.
You should have an app. Like all the places to take a poop from LA to San Diego.
Cleanest hotel bathrooms.
Listen, we all know your history of bowel movements and issues.
Yeah.
I don't really have that, but I do know that if I ever do, I'm straight up looking for an In-N-Out because In-N-Out, I know I can use it. I know I don't need a code. I know it's going to be decently clean. And, you know, if people are in and out of there, like literally in and out. But I think I'm always like an In-N-Out guy because Starbucks, they got codes.
I wouldn't use Starbucks.
Sometimes they require quarters. It'll be cleaner than In-N-Out.
Starbucks. I would, depending on the area of town, I would not use the Starbucks bathroom. No way.
I got when I drive to Oxnard, I have a pee spot, and that's a Starbucks right off Carson where the IKEA is. It's like midway point.
Yeah.
It's a great one. It's a great one.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you right now, I got two spots. The one that I really, really like is the hotel. It's called. Oh gosh, I gotta think what it's called. It's right off Ortega Parkway in San Juan Capistrano. When you get off there, you got the Mission in downtown San Juan, but you've got the hotel right next to it. And then if you need it, there's a Taco Bell, there's a Del Taco. Del Taco's fire. There's an In-N-Out, there's a Chick-fil-A. I mean, so it's a great freeway stop there in San Juan Capistrano.
Okay, so I made a joke, but now I'm really thinking about it. Dave Portnoy reviews pizzas. Why can't you have an app that reviews toilets?
Yeah.
Like people need that information.
Or maybe instead of an app, maybe I do what Dave does, where Dave comes out and he goes, "Hey, one bite. That's everybody knows the rules."
Sure.
Maybe I walk in
sitting on the toilet,
right? Yeah. And I'm like, "Hey, listen, here's the toilet seat. You know, either it needs toilet paper, it needs the thing that you pull. What's that? The cover? You know, like the
seat cover,
the booty cover."
Or hey, I'll sit right on it. This thing's clean enough. I'll sit on it skin to seat. I don't care.
You want to hear a funny story?
Yes.
I was dating this girl a while ago, and we were having a conversation about public restrooms. It started with a porta potty. So then the conversation turned to just public toilets in general. As you guys know, I'm a home pooper. I don't poop on the road. I hold it. She then said that she sits bare butt on the public toilet. Last time I saw her. That was it. Good. Bye.
I sat bare butt this morning on the toilet at my gym. I looked at it. It was clean. I thought I was the first person to use it. I was like, you know what? It's clean. I'm sitting down. Sitting down.
You can't see germs, man.
I understand. I know, but I'm walking around everywhere.
But then, like, you put your underwear and your pants on, and that they're now in your pants and your underwear.
Yeah, but bro, I'm out there like lifting weights. I'm touching the treadmills. I'm touching this stuff. Now I'm using like antibacterial along the way, but still, germs are in the air.
Can't you just Purell your ass cheeks after?
I suppose I could.
Probably same thing, right?
Not
I mean, what's going to kill more bacteria, that paper or putting some hand sanding on your butt?
Not a terrible idea.
No.
Right,
I think that's a great idea, and honestly, I think it needs to be an app because it could be,
wow.
you allow your location.
Well, there's
and then all the Scott reviewed toilets.
Well, because there's there's map like apps. Like for example, I think there's one. Have you guys ever heard of Weed Maps?
Yes. You know what you can do to your app? You can contact the people at Apple Maps, and as people are driving, you can put it in there. That's
Or
the
like
best way to use it.
Waze. If you had it
Yeah.
on Waze, like, hey, you need to use the bathroom. Here's some really nice clean toilets coming up.
Correct.
This is a brilliant idea.
It is.
We are
It's only going to
giving away
require
money.
you to take a lot of poops in a lot of different places.
You know what? I know I have 2 great spots already. Maybe tonight on the way back, I'll stop someplace else and I'll start my toilet reviews.
This is when you activate the great friends. If you are going to poop, do it at a public toilet.
No,
take a picture of the toilet.
no, but you can't have a fluctuating scale of like differences. It needs to be a very Scott subjective. He has his own standards.
Well, right.
I'm gonna have different standards.
I'll give you an example. Like, can you park easily? Because like when you go to a hotel, it depends. Do you have to pay for parking? How easily can you get through the lobby without being bothered by somebody like, hey, can we help you?
Huge.
Because you got to be able to walk in like, hey, I'm here, I'm a guest. Then the other part of it is the cleanliness, obviously. Then there's the after effects, which is how do you clean your hands? What kind of soap is there? Towels or paper towels, or is it like the air dry? I mean, there's a lot to this, Alex. I'm on this. All right, stick around. We're just getting going, and we're doing a field trip today, a show field trip. We're all going to this Lakers Spurs game tonight. We're in the 7 Mile Casino studio, 7milecasino.com. Can we get to the story of a former Padre now in big trouble? Let's get there next. We're in the 7 Mile Casino studios here on Kaplan.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
At Shelter to Soldier, being a private nonprofit, we rely on the community. Thankfully, we have sponsors like the Barnes firm that get behind us.
We understand the difficulties that many of our veterans face when they come back into civilian life. And this program just seemed like the perfect fit.
Today we're catching up with Barney. He is now in our matching phase of our program. He is meeting eligible veterans in what we call speed dating.
How's it going?
So we have just recently approved 5 new veterans for our program. So Barney will be meeting every single one of them to see if he is the perfect match for them.
Barney's perfect date would be a nice long walk on the beach, and then he would like to end the night with a nice dinner with his veteran.
We got to find the right person for the right dog.
When someone you know has COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, things can progress very quickly, making them feel hopeless. But it doesn't have to be like this.
See, Mom, this place is going to be great for you. They're going to help you breathe better.
Pulmonary rehabilitation at La Mesa Rehab focuses on patient education and training. We use special therapies to improve your lungs, clear out mucus, and keep you out of the hospital. Pulmonary rehab is Medicare approved. Call now to see if you qualify or ask your doctor about La Mesa Rehab today.
Since 1975, San Diegans have trusted the Murray-Lampert family for their home remodeling projects. We continue our commitment to deliver high-quality home remodeling and construction to our customers without an expensive showroom.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring value to your home, our team has the experience to handle everything. Plus, our strong relationships with the city makes adding on easier for homeowners.
Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
Surf Soccer has been around for over 30 years. We're based here in San Diego, but we are the premier national youth sports brand in soccer. Our mission is to create experiences and opportunities for kids, and we do that here mostly in San Diego with our 1,000 kids, but we also do it through our events where we really help kids chase their dreams.
PNC Bank's sponsorship helps the kids here. One, it is to continue to help fund facilities like this where the kids can come play soccer. 2, it is really through our scholarship program. There are a lot of kids in San Diego that have incredible levels of talent, but they can't afford to play on a team like Surf. And so a lot of our sponsorship dollars go back into scholarships to give an opportunity for kids who are low to moderate income to play on one of the elite teams in the U.S.
Having a partner like PNC who is community oriented and cares about the development of youth in the community is amazing because our missions are completely aligned and we're both driven by helping develop kids, and in this case through sport in San Diego.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com. We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Hey, everybody, it's Scott Kaplan from Kaplan and Crew. And with me right now is Rick Slider. He's the CEO of MedCline, which, by the way, is a pillow that is going to change your life. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm telling you right now. Rick, how you doing, man? Where do we find you today?
Scott, great to talk to you. I'm in sunny San Diego, a place you're pretty familiar with.
Yeah, I'm glad it's sunny out. I see the Padres stuff right over your head. That looks pretty cool. And some Beastie Boys. You got some cool stuff behind you.
We had a different sports team up on the wall for a while that had to be taken down, say half dozen years ago. But the Padres still flies prominently on the wall.
I love it, man. Hey, if you could, while we have this time together, can you tell everybody the backstory of MedCline and how you guys have become such a big San Diego company selling all over the world, and what the deal is with the MedCline systems?
Sure. MedCline started here in San Diego, started by a radiologist whose primary practice was at UCSD. And he was a longtime sufferer of heartburn and acid reflux. Tried everything, tried diet changes, was taking medication, proton pump inhibitors or PPIs that a lot of people take. But he was looking for a natural way to reduce his heartburn symptoms. And he found, through trial and error, that when he slept in an incline and when he slept on his side, his heartburn and acid reflux symptoms would dissipate. Because he's a doctor, he wanted to make sure that this just wasn't by chance. And so he set up some clinical studies using a system that he designed and patented. We got clinical trial results, found that there was a strong reduction in the esophageal acid that would take place during the night, reducing his symptoms. And with that, decided to create a product called MedCline and commercialized it a few years ago. And that is really how our company began, with his personal desire to stop his heartburn and reflux symptoms.
That's amazing. It really is amazing. Like when you have something wrong, you're like, I'm going to fix this problem. But you know what's amazing to me is that acid reflux is a problem that obviously a lot of people have. But for me, I have shoulder pain, chronic shoulder pain from the way I sleep, because I sleep with my arm over my head and then my pillow in between. So when I got my first MedCline, I didn't realize there's the reflux relief pillow, but there's the shoulder relief pillow. And it's completely changed everything for me. My shoulder pain has gone so far down because I'm no longer sleeping like this. I'm like underneath. And tell me about the shoulder pillow, please.
Sure. First of all, I'm so glad to hear that it's working for you. That's fantastic. Secondly, as we brought MedCline to the marketplace, we found that there were a number of individuals that benefited from therapeutic side sleeping beyond just those suffering from heartburn or GERD. And the primary use is for shoulder pain. And the reason I think people like you have been so comfortable with the MedCline is because of our patented arm pocket. When you try and sleep on your side and you have shoulder pain, you run the risk of your shoulder getting frozen, exacerbating pain that you might be feeling, whether it's due to rotator cuff, general shoulder soreness. And so our incline has a patented arm pocket that allows you to either rest comfortably on your elbow or to slide through, sounds like what you do, slide your arm through the system so you can stay at an elevation and sleep comfortably on your side throughout the night. And today, here in 2023, our shoulder product is actually our top seller. It surpassed those that suffer from heartburn and acid reflux, simply because there's more people with shoulder injuries across the country. And we're glad that we're able to help you out.
It's awesome. Hey, we don't have a lot of time, but in the last minute, would you just tell everybody how the MedCline products, though, have gone viral, particularly on TikTok? Just give us like a 30 or 60 seconds about what has happened.
You know, I'd love to say that I'm a marketing genius here, Scott, but really it's just about excited consumers sharing the benefits they get of MedCline. And it's amazing what happens when people finally can get a good night's sleep, how they're so excited to share that information. And recently, we've always been a part of social media, but recently we've kind of found a niche within TikTok. I didn't know that healthy sleep TikTok was a subgenre, but it really is. And with a few different posts, we've seen over just in the last 30 days, over 10 million people exposed to our MedCline products. So we're excited about the virality that this has created. I think it's in part because we have a 95% customer satisfaction rate. We know we can help people get a good night's sleep. It does take a while to adjust and sleep differently. But we're excited to see kind of the viral nature of our product grow, and we're excited to help out as many customers as possible.
It's awesome. I want to encourage everybody who's watching right now, go to medcline.com, medcline.com. Look at the different products. Know you're supporting a San Diego company, and I encourage everybody, sleep better with our friends from MedCline.
Drivers are getting in accidents at a rate we've never seen before, jumping 18% since 2020. There are higher incidents of speeding and more aggressive driving since the pandemic began. Please slow down and drive safely. It can save a life.
An ADU is accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray Lambert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com.
Brought to you by La Mesa Rehab, improving the lives of those with all types of lung disease and long COVID symptoms.
Surf soccer has been around for over 30 years. We're based here in San Diego, but we are the premier national youth sports brand in soccer. Our mission is to create experiences and opportunities for kids, and we do that here mostly in San Diego with our 1,000 kids, but we also do it through our events where we really help kids chase their dreams.
PNC Bank sponsorship helps the kids here. One, it is to continue to help fund facilities like this where the kids can come play soccer. Two, it is really through our scholarship program. There are a lot of kids in San Diego that have incredible levels of talent, but they can't afford to play on a team like Surf. And so a lot of our sponsorship dollars go back into scholarships to give an opportunity for kids who are low to moderate income to play on one of the elite teams in the U.S.
Having a partner like PNC who is community oriented and cares about the development of youth in the community is amazing because our missions are completely aligned and we're both driven by helping develop kids, and in this case through sport in San Diego.
At the Barnes firm, we're seeing more pedestrian and bicycle accidents. Drivers are rolling through red lights, and distracted driving makes every intersection a danger zone for pedestrians. Look both ways when crossing, even if you have the right of way.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. Hey, it is Wednesday afternoon. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man coming to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. So we talked about our trip up to LA this evening to go see the Lakers and the Spurs. Little did we know when we booked this game. The only reason we chose this game is because we thought it would be easy to get tickets to this game. Whereas last night, the Lakers are playing the Clippers. We're not getting tickets to that game. We're getting tickets to this game. We think, okay, great. No big deal. We'll go up. We'll check out a game. It'll be fun. A little camaraderie, a little hang session. And now we find out that Anthony Davis is making his comeback tonight. So makes it a little bit more exciting, certainly. Are you guys planning on, are you going to watch the game, or are you going to just party and hang out in the suite? Or what are you guys gonna do?
Who's going to be in the suite?
Well, it'll be the three of us.
Yep.
Jason Lawhead.
Yep.
Bernard Thompson says he wants to come hang out with us. Fat Tony wants to know where his invitation is. And then as far as the people in the suite, it'll be all the people that are like 710 ESPN LA people, sales types, client types.
So is any of your LA Cap crew gonna be there?
Yeah, I'd say there's nobody like Sedano. I asked Sedano if he wanted to come, and I was like, hey, you want to come join us? He was like, I'm not gonna go see that crap game. And I was like, well, yeah, just me and my buddies are gonna be hanging out. I thought you might enjoy this. These guys are all big basketball fans. What, do you need me to come entertain all your friends? So I'm like, no.
God, ouch. Oh.
That's kind of
Stay
like
home. Stay home,
that's kind of
George.
that's kind of where I was
Oh,
going with
God.
the question anyway.
Was George going to join us?
No. All the people that look down on us. I mean, Browner, are they going to be there?
No, they're not going to be there.
Yes, I figured.
They're not going to be there.
Because then they'd have to look up at Browner, and they don't want to.
Right.
Do
Well,
that.
and the other
They
thing
don't
is,
want no smoke.
and be prepared that now, because there's one guy who Sedano assigned to watch and listen to everything we say. And so kind of like a Joe Rigby, Joe writes down all the hot takes, and he's got a full spreadsheet going.
No, I want to clarify what you're saying. They took our idea and are using it on your show.
Well, they've got a guy now who monitors everything we do and say, and
So a
then
second theft.
and then he reports to George.
Right.
Like he literally.
So Joe Rigby listens to everything we say, and he reports to me.
Well, I mean, I would say it's a collaboration between you and Joe.
No,
you don't think so?
No, I don't send him an Excel sheet. He sends me an Excel sheet.
I understand, but it's something that you enjoy, and it's something that he did voluntarily. This is where George is actually given an assignment to this guy. His name is Dead Meow 5.
Yeah, that's all I hear. That's all.
Okay. Well, I was thinking it would be fun. George could come and hang out with you guys.
No, I think there's beef.
Well, there's only every time he comes on this show, he kind of tells you that he knows a whole lot more than you guys do.
I don't think George is invited on the show anymore.
No, he is invited.
I don't think so.
He should be invited.
Hey, Dead Meow 5.
Yeah.
I don't think
Dead
so.
Meow 5.
His name is Dead Meow.
He doesn't want to come entertain us.
Well, I invited George. I did invite him.
You don't want to come join us,
dude. He's got a family.
bro.
He's got a wife. He's not coming to. He's not going to the game.
Who don't?
Yeah, but here's the thing. But he goes to a lot of NBA games. Number one, and number two.
I know they put him in protocol. Remember?
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? But hold on one second. You know what? It just occurred to me. I'm going to text him. He wasn't planning on coming to this game, but now that Anthony Davis is returning, maybe he does want to come. I'm going to ask him.
Put that down, man. George, we don't want you there anyway. How about that? How about that? We don't want
fun.
you there.
I love George. Way to represent George on television for the Latinos.
Yeah, that's right. He takes that stuff
Stephen
seriously.
A. Way to represent for the black guys.
Mike Greenberg, my man. Way to represent for the Hebrew brothers. All right, let me do this. Let me spend a little bit of time on some other things.
Shout out to Mike Greenberg, man.
Yeah. Way to hold it down for the Hebrews.
Shout out, man. Get up, man. I like Get Up. That's a good show, man.
Shout out to Max Kellerman. Way to hold it down for the Hebrew brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't got a Mexican to shout out, so
no.
You're only getting one out of me. I like Mike Greenberg. He cool.
I mean, John Sutcliffe, but he's on Spanish television. They don't count.
All right. So, okay. We're going to get into a lot of NFL because Eric Williams is going to join us from foxsports.com, and we're going to talk to Eric about the games that he saw, he's been seeing the 49ers the last couple of weeks because he saw the 49ers take on Seattle. Then he saw the 49ers take on Dallas. So he's got a lot on the Niners, and he'll have a lot of opinions, I'm sure, about the Dak Prescott situation that we discussed yesterday. And then we'll definitely get with Eric a little bit about Mahomes, the Chiefs, the Bengals. We'll jump into both championship games with Eric Williams coming up in just a little bit. But before we do, so what is the story? It's on the periphery for me. It's not something I've done a deep dive into. What is the story with former Padre pitcher Mike Clevinger? Sunshine. Oh, he was such a character, and everybody loved Sunshine and the long hair and the crazy shirts, the tie-dye shirts, and what a character he is. And then he sucked. Like hurt, suck. And so he did nothing for the Padres per se. It's just that the fan base so desperately wants to love characters. Little did they know how good the team was going to be last year and the moves that they would make and the success that they've had. So they would the Padre fans would grasp onto any character like a Clevinger. And even before him, what was the guy's name? The sheriff. What was his name? The pitcher.
Chris Paddock.
They grabbed on and gravitated. He was a character. Clevinger, though, because he sucked, left the Padres. And I think he signed with the Chicago White Sox, right?
Correct.
Browner, that's a real strong addition to your starting pitching staff there in Chicago,
Man, listen, Jerry Reinsdorf.
He's a Cubs fan right now.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry Reinsdorf has got to be the most hated man in Chicago right now. Hands down.
So Clevinger signs with Chicago, and now there's a report that he's got a domestic violence complaint against
accusation.
Can we dig in on this? Because I listen, he's no longer a
These
Padre.
are always so right, but the accusations
rough,
happened
man.
of when he was a Padre.
Correct.
And did I hear that he and Trevor Bauer are like super close pals?
Yes.
Hmm.
I mean, they pitched together in Cleveland before it was okay to associate yourself with Trevor Bauer. Him and Trevor Bauer did a lot of videos together on Trevor Bauer's YouTube channel when it was okay to associate yourself with Trevor Bauer. And I don't think that friendship stopped. And if you believe what his baby mama is telling you, that these are all accusations allegedly that, Mike Clevinger knew all about what was going on with Trevor Bauer.
Wonder if the White Sox will sign Trevor Bauer next, Browner.
I wouldn't be shocked. They're spineless. Jerry Reinsdorf.
I mean, someone's going to sign Trevor Bauer.
Somebody will. Somebody will. And I wouldn't be shocked if it was the White Sox. I really.
All right. Well, so let me understand, and let's kind of let everybody else who doesn't maybe know all the details of this. Let's go through what the deal is here with this Clevinger situation.
This is from The Athletic. Olivia Feinstead, the 24-year-old mother of Clevinger, told The Athletic
Wait.
Tuesday
The 24-year-old mother of Clevinger's child.
Yes.
Not of Clevinger. I just want to make sure.
Clevinger's child told The Athletic on Tuesday that she's been in contact with individuals from MLB's Department of Investigation since this summer. According to her, she has detailed to those investigators incidents of physical, verbal, and emotional abuse, including an incident from last June in which Feinstead said Clevinger choked her, and another about 2 weeks later when she said Clevinger slapped her in a hotel room when the team was playing the Dodgers and threw used chewing tobacco on their child.
Oy. How does this all happen, though? How does this all come out?
Listen, I have one problem with this woman. You go to the police. Go to the police. This is why I always when these level of reports come out, I always have the same issue. If you don't go to the police first and you go to Major League Baseball, because I don't know if she did or she didn't go to the police. If she didn't go to the police first, then this seems fishy to me. It really does. I'm not doubting that she was abused, but people who are abused should go to the police. Because if you want this person if you want justice for what this person did to you, MLB is not going to give you that. This seems like she's just trying to hurt his career.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at it the way you are, you're thinking, if you're so abused and you're not going to the police, which we don't know if she did or she did not.
Correct.
This is a report from The Athletic, and I haven't read the report. But what you're thinking is she's trying to extort money from him. And since he hasn't given her money, now she's going to go tell the boss, so to speak. She's going to humiliate the guy. I don't know any details about this story at all, and I did not read the Athletics investigation. Alex, other than this paragraph that you've pulled out, have you read this? I haven't read it.
Yeah. Well, I read all of her Instagrams, which is a lot. And if it's all alleged. And if you believe her and all the screenshots she's sharing, Mike Clevinger has a history of abusive relationships, and they're not necessarily physical. A lot of women have, according to these screenshots that his child's mother has shared, he's just a very troubled person.
What do you have any? Can you tell us about this? Because I don't know who until you just told me Olivia Feinstein. I've not known her, and I don't follow her on Instagram.
Why would you? Why would anybody?
Right.
And yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not going to read all this for you, but you can go on her Instagram. It's a lot, and like to Browner's point, she is only seeking not for him to go to jail. According to her, she's just seeking for him to get help. Because
what were we just looking at on the screen? What is that?
She's detailing what I already just read to you, the full
Jesus.
story. Oh, it's a lot more than that. It's pages and pages and pages of her detailing her story with Mike Clevinger.
Damn.
Now, because if you're the White Sox,
Mhm.
he can't play for us until this gets figured out. Period. And if I'm Major League Baseball, hey, Chicago, he can't play for you till this gets figured out. So as Major League Baseball, we're going to give this to the police. And wherever this happened, we're going to give this to the San Diego Police Department, or we're going to give this whoever this happened. That's who we're giving it to, because this is out of we're not doing this. We're not the NFL.
Oh, I think the problem more locally, dude, is that in her alleged stories, the one that she is talking about, where she claims happened on a road trip in Los Angeles while the Padres were playing the Dodgers, and that her room, and she mentions him by name, was right next to Jake Cronenworth.
Mhm.
And she says, there's no way he didn't hear what was going on with me. And I'm not saying, she's not saying like he should have done something, but the reason I bring this up is it seems like the Padres might know something.
How does she know that Jake Cronenworth was in his room?
Well,
This
those are all questions that I'm just telling you from her perspective.
Correct. I
From
understand
what she's saying.
I understand you're relating the story because we don't have as much in-depth information about it. Again, you cannot assume that Jake Cronenworth
3 a.m.
heard what was it. Listen. When you traveling,
that's how.
When you traveling, you don't always sleep where they tell you to sleep as a professional athlete.
Nah, come on, man. Come on. I mean, listen, it's 3:00 in the morning. The Padres are playing the Dodgers. The likelihood is Jake Cronenworth is in his room next door. I mean, we're just making an assumption here. But the question was, how do you know that he was in the room? It's 3:00 in the morning. I mean, that's the answer.
Right. Well, according to her, she did not call the police. She called his agent. She was trying to get his agent to help Mike Clevinger to get the help that because Mike Clevinger, I guess he has a lot of kids with multiple women. This isn't his only child and his only baby mama. And I guess I'm not going to go and read all 25 pages for you guys on her Instagram. I took the time to do it this morning. It does seem like there is a troubled past if you believe. There's a lot of screenshots. There's a lot of messages. There's a lot of things she put on there. And there's a lot of denial coming from Mike Clevinger. His attorney released a statement saying that these are all baseless accusations.
Then sue her.
I mean, it's just,
if she's lying, if you're their attorney, this is how I know most of these people are full of it. If the attorneys really believe that, we're filing a class action lawsuit for defamation on her yesterday. They don't do that. She should. This is about money. She should have just gone to the police.
Yeah, but again, listen, I kind of.
It's not so cut and dry,
Yeah,
dude. Like
I mean,
you always do this with these kinds of cases.
Well,
Like it's just either this or that.
Right,
It's not like that.
Right.
It's real life.
Yeah, because here's the thing, dude. She is the mother to a child of his. I don't know his dating history, and I don't know how many kids he has with how many different women. Alex, what you're telling me is all news to me. And I don't find Mike Clevinger all that interesting to ever look into him like this. But because of these accusations and these reports, and because of his association with the Padres, that's what puts it on the radar. Browner, your point, I hear you. Like, hey, go file a suit against her for defamation of character. There's a couple of problems there. One, she is the mother of one of his children. So that creates a whole other, set of problems. And two, here's the other thing. What if she doesn't have anything? What are you going to get from her? So to go through the exercise of suing her, I understand what you're saying, that publicly you want to say this is a lie, and I'm willing to go to court to prove that it's a lie.
Correct.
It's the same thing as when you hear an athlete say, I got popped for steroids, but I didn't take steroids. I did this. I got all this stuff. This is, I took this product and it had something in it. Well, then why aren't you suing the product? You know,
Correct.
Show us the product, which we never see.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
I get what you're saying.
No, but I mean, domestic violence and child abuse is a lot different than steroids. Let's come on.
Listen, man. If this is a personal thing for me, if a man thinks so little of you that he would slap a defenseless woman or throw chewing tobacco on a defenseless child, his child or anybody's child, that person doesn't care about you. So therefore, if you think that it's gonna get better, it's not. There's countless examples of abusive men and how it ends up at the end of the day with these women. So if you as a female if you don't feel safe enough to go to the police, go to someone and have them help you go to the police. This isn't just a Mike Clevinger situation. This is for any man who knows a woman being abused. They may be too afraid to go to the police. You should help them. This whole thing that, Cronenworth's room was next, so he had to have heard it. We don't know the answer to that question, and I would never put that on my. I would never put.
And we don't even know the answer. We don't even know what the truth is, and I feel like we're such in this in anytime a story like this comes out, there's such a rush to judgment. Like, I believe her, I support her, and that's it. But it's also like, wait, what if she is lying, and what if Mike Clevinger isn't this person that she's describing? Because that also happens. I am just like, this story's been out for 24 hours. All we have is her accusations, her screenshots on Instagram, and a denial. So why do I now have to come out here and tell you, sue him, arrest him, do that? Like, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm not gonna be like, Mike Clevinger can't pitch for the White Sox, and I'm not gonna tell you that he can pitch for the White Sox, because it's just it's real life. We've all been in arguments with our significant other. I'm not physically, I'm just saying arguments. And when you're in an argument, they think they're right and you think you're right. Like, so I don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Right, because there's a lot of other motivations here. You know, we don't know, like, for example, is it a money issue, purely a money issue? Is it about the amount of time or attention he spends with this child versus other children? I mean, there are real life issues. And I guess in this world that is so politically charged, and in a world where everybody is so ultra litigious, like, I feel like more so than ever before, I kind of want to take my time and understand the story.
Yeah, it's also the thing to me that concerns me the most is a similar sentiment that I had with San Diego State. You're like, what did you know and what did you choose not to see? And that to me is more like Mike Clevinger, his future, his personal life, that's his whatever. Like, the truth will come out eventually. But if the Padres knew and the Padres didn't do anything, or if the Padres still enabled him to pitch, that's a bigger problem to me, because they carry themselves as we're not that organization. And I just think that whatever happens with Mike Clevinger is going to happen. The truth always kind of eventually filters its way out. But if the Padres enabled that, if the Padres knew about that and players knew about that, that to me is a bigger issue.
I find that kind of hard to believe, man.
I will say this. When I say he can't play for the White Sox, any allegation like this that comes out about any player, until it's cleared up, you can't play.
Well,
period.
I mean,
well, then that's like so completely unfair to an innocent player, because that could happen to anybody as a professional athlete.
I mean, Browner, you thought
it's January.
Yeah, but you thought Deshaun Watson was a guy who should have been back on the field a year earlier.
Yeah, but you know what he did? You know what he did? He defended himself immediately.
He had 24 accusations.
50.
Mike Clevinger
He defended himself against with a lawyer, came out and defended himself against every one of these accusations, said that he was innocent, and threatened legal action against these women. So if you truly feel like you're innocent, you will follow those steps.
Did he threaten legal action against them, or did he just give them money?
He threatened legal.
These cases are settled. They're settled, right?
Yeah, he never threatened them. He never threatened them. He gave them money to go away. You got to frame it right.
Deshaun Watson defended himself against these accusations and say he did nothing wrong and the truth will
By
come
giving
out.
them money to
Now,
go
the truth
away.
never did really come out. But again,
Because he gave them money to go away.
I already knew what the situation was. So I wasn't really vexed by it like other people.
Because he gave them money to go away.
I already knew they were prostitutes, so I wasn't really tripping.
All right. Well, listen. All I know is this: I have zero interest in Mike Clevinger. I really do. He was never good as a Padre. They paid him and gave him a bunch of money, and he was always hurt. And then when he finally came back, he was never the same guy. And people were hoping that he was going to be, and he gave you zero. So he's not interesting to me. And now that he plays for somebody else, I'm really not interested. But the story is out, and it relates to the Padres, and I wanted to dig in a little bit.
If you do care, she's got a lot of squares on her Instagram story right now. You can go read it
follow
yourself.
her. What's her name?
Olivia Feinstein.
I'm going to follow her. I'm going to read this stuff myself. All right, stick around, everybody. Eric Williams is going to join us. We're going to talk a bunch of NFL playoffs. Okay. Eric's going to be here. He's been around the Niners the last couple of weeks. I'm sure he's got a lot of really strong opinions. Eric Williams, FoxSports.com, talking NFL playoffs next. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man from the 7 Mile Casino Studios.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Murray Lampert now brings architectural and interior design to a whole new level for your remodel, ADU, or whole house build. Our team starts by modeling your project in 3D based on your lifestyle goals and budget, making adjustments along the way simple and accurate.
We're always motivated to strive for excellence. There's kind of not another way to be.
We're truly a team at Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, and we don't take that lightly.
Visit murraylampert.com. Our family, your home.
When you're in pain, you need physical therapy that works, but you want to feel safe during these times. At La Mesa Rehab, your health is our business. We screen each patient, provide masks, and constantly sanitize our private individual treatment areas so you can focus on healing. The foundation of our physical therapy is education. Our therapists care and guide you through the healing process. Ask your doctor about La Mesa Rehab.
The best care you can have at La Mesa Rehab.
We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need. Shelter to Soldier is a nonprofit, and we're able to do the work that we do because of you, the community.
Your View Community Spotlight is brought to you by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, Air and Flood, San Diego-based, family-owned and operated since 1980.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need. Service dogs can range anywhere from $15,000 to $35,000, $40,000. And for someone getting out of the military that's seeking support and help, having that sort of price tag is daunting. So we really wanted to be able to support the veterans to make sure that they're getting a dog that they need in their life at no charge.
You know, I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us. So I found Shelter to Soldier online, and I reached out, and somebody contacted me within 24 hours. And in the next couple of weeks, I was already in the program meeting dogs.
Your View Community Spotlight is brought to you by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, Air and Flood.
Hey, great friends, it's Scott Kaplan here, and I want you to come check out our new TV show. It's called Kaplan and Crew Tonight, every Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock right here. Now, look, it's the best of the radio show from earlier that day on the mightier 1090, and we've been doing it for 20 years, so now we're expanding the way we talk about sports and the way we can be heard and viewed.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight. Be a part of the crew. Weeknights from 7 to 8 p.m. on Your View.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.